going to talk about interest rate drop and drops. I hope. I was with some fund managers yesterday, and they're all predicting the rates are going to start coming down pretty good for over the next year. We're also saying that the Canadian dollar is going to slip as well. Don't know if that's good. It could boost some trading back and forth. But today's focus, ladies and gentlemen, is on our Google Docs. And while I'm talking, Angel, you can start sharing your screen if you wouldn't mind. So what we've had and going forward, we've always had our stuff on Google Docs for you guys to have access to. And Angel, do you want to start it from right at the beginning where your email is so everybody can follow the path? And so we've put out different folders for different circumstances for where you guys are going to find your docs. The main contract docs are still with the board and BCREA, but the docs that we're looking at, I'm waiting for Angel to click the waffle, are some just simple ones, from Schedule A's to buyer question, to the buyer questionnaires, the seller questionnaires, to so anyway, Angel, why don't you just start showing everybody where stuff is, and if I need to add in, I will. And,
absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I can hear back to. Okay, so let's start with signing in with your Century 21 account, Gmail account. And if you click on the waffle on the top right of your screen, right next to your name or your face, right up here, you will see a Google Drive. And I've shared you guys a link to our Century 21 email this morning. And you should be able to access that to your Google Drive, and it is titled C21 ITR, in-town realty forms and marketing. This is what we have and prepared for you guys. It starts from marketing to listing, deals, and property manager form. So we have something for you guys as well. And a very essential folder here for new agents are the buyers and sellers guide. We have bought some templates for you guys and created some templates for you to use. And based on that information that we have in there, you can change that to your own liking. We have created a buyer's process worksheet, which has all the questionnaires that you might want to ask your buyers. So it looks a little like this, and these are all editable for you guys. If you run into any kind of trouble, just let me know and we will fix it for you. So this is what it looks like. If you notice on all of these templates, we have our logos already. So it is owned by Century 21. And this is what we bought as a template for you guys. I also left the instruction sheet for you so it would be easier to edit. You have all of these cover sheets to choose from. You can delete a page or add a page, etc. And you can edit these titles to your brand.
Yeah, and you can put your face in there and all that kind of stuff. But you have to download these forms, and in order to do the edits, you can't edit the forms when they're in the Google Drive.
Exactly. Thank you so much. And you can edit these using Canva as well. So if you have a Canva, it has to be on Pro. You could just... If not, let us know. Yeah, if not, let us know.
What are you saying there, Canva? What's Canva?
Canva is an editing tool. I'll show you what it looks like, just like this. And we have our projects and templates in there. And we can set you up as a team and you can create your own.
Does it cost anything to do that, Angel?
Sorry?
Does it cost us anything to do that?
If you have a pro, yes, it does.
How much is that?
It's 20 a month.
But they can always send us an email and then we will edit it for them.
So it won't cost them nothing.
Well, I bought the Canva for the office, so the office can do it. And if the agents want to have access to Canva, I suggest that they subscribe. We can do it for the agents too, if time permits. But this is a self-serving Google Docs. And Angel, could you go back up to the main doc page so I can walk people through it again?
Sure.
Well, I really like that, Mike, and I like the Century 21 logo, everything, and I can put my own name on there. That's awesome. That looks
Yeah,
really
you
good.
can put your own name, you can put your face. When you go to a meeting with a buyer for the first time, you're bringing that with you. It can be a print format, or it can sit on your laptop or your iPad, and you fill out your questions, because everybody will forget to ask a question in these first time meetings. So it's nice to go through a sheet, and the customer on the other side of the table appreciates you being that organized, that you're doing your job properly. Angel, go back one more slide. I wanted to see all the tabs, please.
And Mike, you could even print a couple of those out and bring them to your open house and leave them on the, on the counter. They look good.
Well, they're great. And so one of the things that I get questions with a lot from the newer agents, or even agents that want to do an open house, is who can I do an open house for? And I said it time and time again, print your sheet of all our listings and then contact the listing realtor themselves. So Angel, once a week, will put up our listings on the Monday, and there's all our listings to the office, and you can blow it up later. And just look for addresses where you have an interest in doing open houses, and phone the Chris's and the Mikes and the Rihannas and the Melissas and the Tanyas and so on, and phone them and ask them to do an open house instead of waiting in the WhatsApp group. Go to the marketing tab now, please, Angel.
Mhm.
So again, open house checklist, open house sign-in forms. I can't see what else is there based on your screen. Why don't you read them off, Angel?
So we have all sorts of marketing materials here, from logos to templates and branded photos that you can put into your templates as well. We grabbed this all from Century 21 head office. We also added a monthly stats in here, and they are categorized by month. Unfortunately, I can't sort this to months in calendar. It just goes through alphabetical sometimes.
Not a big deal. So click on September for me.
Here you
So
go.
guys, so here's your bricks for September. Click downtown Vancouver. And then those are your bricks for producing stats on a monthly basis. If you have a neighborhood that is not in these tabs, just send a note to Angelique. She will make it, and we'll start populating them as we go. Please do not just send her a list of 38 neighborhoods because you just want to list neighbors. Pick the ones that you're working with, and we'll do it. Will give us the best time to assist everybody on the one-off projects. Go back to the main tabs, please.
Mhm.
And then we'll go listing forms.
Yeah.
Want to go through what you've added there, Angel?
Absolutely. So I've created an example Schedule A for all of you guys, and this is what we have come up with. I have also put them in a Google Docs, so it's easier for you to copy and paste. And this is what it should look like on your end if you open it.
And guys, when she's talking about copy and paste, that means you can make, when you're in web forms and you're in clauses, you can make your custom clause, and you can just copy and paste this into your custom clause. And it's in web forms ready to go when you want it. You don't have to download anything. So get in here and look around, find what you like, copy them, create custom clauses in your own web forms, and you have it ready to go when you're writing an offer.
And what I want to emphasize on the Schedule A, guys, this is obviously always a good job, Angel. This is always a work in progress. So we've got some edit things to do, get our numbers right. But on your Schedule A's, more importantly, you put down everything that you're gonna do to help sell this home, from the very basics, from putting it on to Realty Link, to Realtor.ca, to your site, to your company site, to everybody's site. Because the more you put, the more wow factor you're giving your sellers, that they can't believe that you're doing all this. I've seen too many times where people are just doing, and we're gonna go through some spell checks too here, Angel, but people are just doing the very basics in a Schedule A. And I promise you, if your doppelganger came out with a more detailed Schedule A, that's stuff that everybody's gonna do anyway, and they had to choose from a dumbed down version to a formal version, people will take the formal version. So be better than the 80% of the people that aren't doing anything out there. Let's go back to the main tab for forms, Angel.
Mhm.
So we go to we'll hit property manager forms, please, just so we see what we have for those that are in property management. So everything is here at your fingertips. We even have our customized tenant placement and management agreements. So okay, so I need to go back to property management.
Yep.
So you'll go through this list, guys, of everything that you need for your property management business. If there is something missing, please let us know and we'll add it to it. We're trying to, even though all this stuff is out there in different spots, my biggest pet peeve was that I want it condensed into one platform that we control. And it's mostly our Century 21 docs, anything that BCREA has. You guys should be going to that portal, and we have a link to take you to that portal too, because they're the ones that are always modifying and editing and updating their agreements. Otherwise, if it's up to us, then we got to wait for the edit. It comes to us. You guys got a couple of days late. So that's fresh off the press with BCREA. Is that right, Doug?
Yeah, I've got a little bit at the end of that to add to that, Mike.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, no, we'll do it at the end here.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions so far of what we're doing and your comments on it, please?
Just to have some comments, these are very great tools. The one way I've seen you can use the seller's guide or buyer's guide is to put on social media the link to download. But before downloading, people need to sign up. And they put all the information, then they receive the link, and then the agent can contact them and follow up and see they received it and talk to them. And regarding the Canva, so it's a very helpful tool. There is a free option, but not all the um, images or all the templates available in the free option. But there are tools that you can use. I use it for all the time for my posts, everything on social media. There was a promotion. I paid 150 for a pro for a year. I use it all the time for anything I want to post, and it's kind of combination of using these tools and just look them maybe a bit nicer when not the nicer the when you want to have like a form to sign up in order to download. You can have them in a QR code for the open houses, and if you ask somebody they want this, they need to sign up before downloading or receiving the documents. So it's a very a good marketing tool as well.
Yeah, and that's the whole point, right? You got to invest in yourself. And Canva is a cup of coffee a day program, and it's there to make you look better and make your business easier, because it's a very simple software to use, and that's the whole point of it. Let's go to the sold and deal forms, please, Angel.
There you go.
So there's your checklist, wire transfer forms, everything that you need to know. Mike, we have a deposit coming in for a purchase. How do they wire money to us? Well, there it is. there's your form, right?
And if it's late, you got a late deposit form, Mike, just so you know, right?
we have it all there, and it's all branded. It all looks really, really good. You can download it to your machine and type directly into the form, save it, send it, and then you have a copy, we have a copy.
Sorry, Mike, I get stuck on these forms. Got another question this morning from one of our guys doing a deal over on the island, and they want to collect the deposit early. So they say that they want the deposit 3 days after acceptance of the offer, not 3 days after the final subject removal. Normally, what I recommend everybody does is in the deposit portion of it, you put, deposit is due within 1 business day of the final subject removal. So if it's a Friday, and it's a long weekend, like the 11th coming up on the Remembrance Day, you don't have to have it till the 12th. So, but the other question is if I pay that deposit early, how do I get it out? Well, you need the seller's signature to release any funds. If the deal collapses, you'll need the seller and the buyer's signature as an unconditional release to release that money. It has to be a separate form and it has to be signed by the seller. The only problem there is if there's bad blood between the seller and the buyer, maybe the seller doesn't believe that the buyer used all of their efforts to remove subjects, they could hold them up for a bit, and that could be a bit of a problem. So I wouldn't recommend paying the deposit before your subjects are removed. Thanks, Mike. Sorry, I had to jump in.
No, that's a really good point. And we had one of those situations just happen. And when we have to refund the money from that collapsed deal, and we had permission, we have to refund the money directly to the same people that sent it. And unfortunately, fortunately, it worked out in timing, but it was getting close. But those people had already made another offer on another property, and they were hoping to get that deposit to go into the next offer. But the deposit has to go back to them, and then they have to give it back to us for being the proper paper trail. But anyway, these are
Just
your
one more
forms
on
here.
that one there, Mike, before you go. Angel, can you click on the CREA legal one? It's the law. Just regards to that, guys, in FINTRAC, where the FINTRAC guys are coming down, this is what you can give your client. And this tells them that, it's the law for us to ask for their ID. The other thing is, it's the law for us to ask where the deposit is coming from. So if you look under details of deposit, right in the middle of your page there, you can read that. It says that we want to know which account the bank draft or which account the wire transfer is coming out of. If it's their personal account number XYZZ, that's what we have to ask. If they don't answer that question, when you fill out your FINTRAC, put in there, I asked the question, refuse to answer. You need to put something in that part on your FINTRAC that we've asked, we've made the effort, and our client said didn't know. Also, with regards to FINTRAC, for their occupation, if it puts retired, put retired what? If it's a CPA, a retired teacher, retired fireman, retired nurse, whatever it is, put some more details in there. FINTRAC is looking for that. We're going to be on it as well. There's one more thing I just want to mention on this FINTRAC thing and deposits. If the deposit is coming from a third party, if your deposit for the purchase of the property is coming from a third party, we want to FINTRAC that third party and confirm where it's coming from. Usually it's some other father, something like that, helping the kids out. But if it's an aunt or uncle, out of country, FINTRAC's going to be quite interested in that. We want to know a little bit more about that. So when you're collecting a deposit, you got to ask, where is it coming from? Is it coming from you and your own accounts? In which case, put that information on the FINTRAC form. If it's coming from a third party, this isn't the same as buying for a third party, but it might be an aunt or an uncle and it's probably up and there's no problem with it. But we need to know a little bit more about where that money's coming from. That's what FINTRAC is after. Is that laundered money or whatever? So in some cases, we may even have to ask for, a blank or, a blacked out statement of account, like their bank statement, saying who their name is and where it's coming from, kind of thing. So that's extenuating circumstances. That's all one off. But this is what you give your client. This is why we're asking that. This is a public publication for you to give to your client. This is why we're asking these questions. So it helps you. It, you know, takes the onus off of you saying, "Oh, I'm asking, why am you asking for my driver's license?" Well, here you go. Here's a brochure. We have to. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. I know I've known you for 20 years and I've worked, so I've done a lot of properties, but I just need to see your ID. Now we don't have to keep the ID. I always do. I just do it. That's my thing. But we have to write the numbers down on the ID, the expiry date, the whatever it is, driver's license number, and so on and so forth. I just keep a copy, and that's that, and then forget about the FINTRAC guys. So that's just sorry to bump on that one, but it's front and foremost on mine. Sorry, Mike, I jumped in again.
No worries. Those are the next steps to what we're doing here. So anyway, guys, here's your forms for the marketing, and then Angel, would you go back to what Paul Houde sent us for? Yeah. So Paul, do you want to explain what it is that you sent us here?
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for including this, by the way. So this is, we put together a comprehensive home buyer's guide that basically the essentials are to start from the very beginning. Why use a mortgage professional? Top 10 reasons why we exist and how we can help clients. So it kind of explains what our role is in the process. And then it dives into everything from how do you qualify for a mortgage? How does the lender underwrite a mortgage? At what stage along the way is a broker in touch, requiring clients to do things like send in documents, provide lawyer details. And it takes it all the way to funding and I believe even post-funding. I think at the end it might have some, how do you save money prepaying your mortgage? And there's a lot of planning in there as well on what mortgage terms to take and why you would take certain terms given your life circumstances. So, I mean, I think there's 52 pages, 56 pages, I can't recall, but it's it should have everything in it. And when changes are made to the market, it will get updated and I'll send a new one out. But I find it really helps clients kind of have some peace of mind in the process. The first-time homebuyers especially, they have a lot of questions. Sometimes a phone call doesn't really get the message through. A lot of questions happen and the retention isn't always there. So this homebuyer's guide for my clients, gets sent out to any new or anyone that really is buying a home if they haven't seen it before. But certainly new homebuyers will receive this from me. And it really gives them some comfort in what to expect in the whole process.
Great. And so guys, you can use this yourselves. I'm sure you can add your logo and your face to the page as well, but please do not take Paul's contact information off. He generously has given this to us to use, and he should get credit for it as well.
On that, sorry to interrupt, Mike, on that note for branding, I can actually co-brand this with any realtors. So if you want your information in there, I can have that entered in and sent out to you. So just let me know. All of my rate sheets, all of my promotional stuff for open houses, that can all be co-branded. So there's probably more stuff I can add in here for open houses too. I just sent this in this week, but
okay. Well, this is a work in progress, guys. So you know where to go now into one hub. And then anytime we have a meeting with something new, we're going to put it to the hub. You have a link to it, and all our content's going to be working back to here. You want to go back to the weekly listings forms. What else we haven't talked about? Listing forms. What's the listing forms? Oh, we did that one already.
Mhm.
Go back. Yeah.
Yes.
So, oh yes, this is the Schedule A and all that kind of stuff. So I think we've combed through it pretty good. Doug mentioned FINTRAC. That was kind of my closing thing. We're going through every 2-year FINTRAC compliance that we have to do. So everybody's going to get an email from us saying, get ready for your FINTRAC email. Then you're going to get a DocuSign form to review and sign and send back that you understand what your compliance is. And we need those signed by this Friday, please. So we're gonna have a push of urgency on that. And then just expect this to happen every 2 years. With whatever FINTRAC says that we have to do, we just have to do it. Anybody have any questions on the FINTRAC? Okay, and then Angel, you want to get out of share, want to just get out of sharing? Thank you very much. And so there you have it, guys. There is your Century 21 has a hub too with all their documents and the marketing. Our hub is more for, Schedule A's, signing up to open houses, to finding out where our listings are, the mortgage side of things. Keep thinking there's a lot going in there. What I do not want to do to everybody is make it too daunting. This is for the quick and easies that the go to. BCREA's forms are in the link. And Angel, I didn't see the tab there, so I don't need to go back. But could you make a tab to the links to go to those resources as well? Because when sometimes you ask Doug, he says it's in the form for the resources. At least some people will, if they don't know where to go, then there's a link there for them to go to write it up.
Would you like a reference page for all the links they can go to?
Pardon me?
Would you like a page on the Google Drive where they can go on links?
That might be a good idea. Let's look at that. Let's look at that today and see what you can create, right? We've got a lot of stuff to do. But anyway, that was a really good win for us. I liked how we all came together to get this done. It's pretty sunny in here. And I hope you guys can appreciate that. And Angel, that was a lot of work for you and Angeli to do. So thank you so much. And then someone asked, Friday the 13th of December is our Christmas party at what's it called again? The Parker rooftop. So Angel will send that out. We need some RSVPs pretty soon. There will be an Easter Seals donation box there. So there's no need to buy a ticket to go to Easter Seals. You're just going to come in and put what you think a kid with disability should have for Christmas, because that's where it's going. And I hope we fill the bucket up. The time for it, I haven't got the exact time. I think it's 5 to 7 type of thing. So it's cocktails and canapes. Dress up if you would like, put a funny sweater on if you like, just show up, have some drinks with your counterparts, say thank you to the people that help you with your day-to-day tasks in this daunting business, which be much appreciated. So on that note, I want to talk about anybody have any buyers that they want, or sales that they've done, or a new listing that they have coming up that they want to promote? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Just Mike, can I talk about the tools quickly?
Yeah.
They're amazing tools. This is something that I've been looking for, and it would be very useful for Google Drive. Some of the documents like the FINTRAC, why we asking for ID. If you don't want to print it and give bunch of information, you can still create a link and email them with the link they can download, they can see it online and read it before you want to talk in front of them, or you can print them. One thing that actually recently I was thinking, like the buyer seller's guide, I wanted to create for pre-sale versus resale, or the advantage, disadvantage of pre-sales. If I can work with the marketing team to create that one to add to these tools, I think it would be great.
Absolutely, good ideas. And to build out your links, guys, there's 2 options to build out the links. Is we could have a link built into our website. So when somebody wants a buyer's guide, we'll load it in our blog, and then we can put a link to it in the content that so you can send it. It's almost like But you can also do that for yourselves, because then you're directing traffic back to your own sites. So you take a working with a realtor for like the Dort's form, you take the whole document, you blog it on your website, the Century 21 site or whatever, and now you have a link, and then in your signature, you could have below your signature, your Dort's, please read, and then every time you send an email out to any of your customers, you have delivered your Dort's to them in that Dort's form. It tells them that they have the opportunity of reading and signing and submitting it back. What they decide to do with that is what they do. But that's how you create your links, is you hold it in your own, at least in my opinion, you should hold it in your own hub, and that way it's linking back to you. But in time, when Angel has the time to do it, and we can get some of our marketing guys to do it, all these forms we're gonna blog. It's our blogging content, and we're gonna grab a link and we'll add that link to that form. So that's what we're gonna do. But great ideas, and thanks so much. Anybody else?
Yeah, just Mike Booth and I have a listing out in Langley. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath townhouse. It's below market value right now, listed at $839. So if you need anything, call Mike Booth.
And how did you get that listing?
It's an old client, real mortgage client, Mike.
Oh, good, good.
He called me up and just wanted to list. So she liked my mortgage stuff. So Paul will like that, and all this FINTRAC, that's your fault, Paul.
Anyway, that's good. It's always good to have old clients come back. Anybody else need anything? Any listings? Any issues that you want to talk about that we can help you out with? I know on Monday mornings at 11:30, anybody can come into my Zoom call and just talk to me about what their week's efforts were like and their weekend efforts. I'm finding it really useful because we're getting some good troubleshooting ideas, and sometimes just having you ask me the question, you've already got your answer. You know, I don't have all the answers, I'll promise you that, but I know most of you have the answers in there. You just got to walk yourself through it and to see where you are, and sometimes saying it out loud sure helps the noggin think about it. Well, I thought that was a pretty good meeting. I thought that was good content. I appreciate.
Got a little more, Mike. We got a little more here.
What do you got? What do you got, Doug?
Well, leading into this, I just what I did is looking around for what's going on in the industry, and I'm just going to share my screen with you guys quickly. What I came up with is I was going through this one here, the Realtor Tools, and if you get into here, Greater Vancouver Real, this goes through Paragon, and you log in through there. And you've got all kinds of access to different things, Paragon, different things, education, MLS, technology, the economics microsite Paragon. But the one I did find, let me see if I can find that one for you, that is very, very interesting to me. Sorry, I get stuck here, aren't I? Let me get that out of there, that out of there, that out of there. That in there, and I think well, bottom line was when I went through there, they have the home show, the Vancouver home show. I need to stop sharing. Got kind of lost in my own thing here. So there's the Vancouver home show coming up in April or March of 2025. And it sounds like it's a long way off, guys, but the real estate board has a program for realtors, us, that you can order tickets for the Vancouver Home Show in March online, and they'll give you whatever. I asked for 40 tickets. I don't, that's 20 sets. So the idea there is these old clients of mine that, that come out of the woodwork every once in a while, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them all a set of tickets to the home show in March. And I think our price to get in is 12 or 15 bucks. So by ordering 40 tickets, I'm not paying 40 times 15, which would be $600 for these tickets. I don't pay anything for the tickets until my client, who I sent them to by email or mail or whatever I did, takes them and cashes them in at the home show. So I get all the marketing, $600 worth of marketing, and maybe only 10 of them show up, and I pay $150, but all these people got free tickets to the Vancouver home show from Doug Foulds. And I just think that's absolutely brilliant. It's free advertising. So now is the time to do this, guys. Look up, go through the real estate board, find, the Vancouver home show and order those tickets now. Send them out in January and say, hi, how are you? Just thinking about you. Here's your, tickets to the home show. Thanks very much for your business last year, whatever it is. And whether they only pay for them when they use them. So if your client takes them and uses them, you pay $30 for a good client to go to the home show on your dime. And I think that's the best spend you can have as far as marketing goes. But you got to get on the ball early. So do that. And, all your clients are interested in the home show. I mean, it's not, if you have a home, you're kind of interested in it. It's got a little bit of everything. It's something to do in the rain and all that. So I would recommend that you kind of get on that early and send out an email to those guys and start working on that. That's all I got, Mike. Sorry.
I was muted. Yeah, that's a good reminder every year, and we'll post that out for everybody. And like Doug said, it's you only pay for what was used. A couple software ideas as well, guys. I use BombBomb a lot. I get a lot of great traction and great replies to it. You've seen my BombBombs because you all probably got one. BombBomb offers, I think it's a 2-week free trial. Get in there and use it. I believe the cost of BombBomb, it's like $500 a year. And I tell you, their templates are great. They're easy to mold and customize. So please do that. And now Century 21's put out from Engage your CRM, if you're using that in the system, to an enhanced version of Active Pipe, which I'm using, and I love it. It has an AI built into it. So when you send somebody like your buyers group or your sellers group, or just people that you met at open houses into an email campaign, which there is plenty of, there's a bunch of links in those emails that if the customer who reads it clicks on it, the AI already knows what's the next email that will flow with it. And then you get reports on who's clicking on it, which is even more important, because if Attila sent out 100 emails to buyers and sellers that he knows, and 15 of those people actually were engaged in it. If I was Attila, I'd be phoning those 15 people and just asking the question, what do you think of the email that I sent you? I saw that you were clicking through it, instead of, did you get my email? You already know you got it. So you do the assumptive and you engage them that way. And then you never know what kind of conversations are going to come from it, because best tool in the business is that right there, guys. And that's to make appointments, and solely to make appointments.
That's a good one, Mike, because what you can do is take those tickets and say, click here for these tickets, for free tickets to the home show, and see how many clicks you get on that one.
Are
And
the
then you can
tickets,
start calling on,
tickets
then even-
virtual tickets, or are they paper tickets?
What's that?
Are your tickets electronic or are they paper tickets?
Either way, they just click here for tickets, and then they
sure?
register with you, and you send them the.
Okay,
I
well,
don't know,
yeah.
like I'm waiting for mine, but then you even get a free click through. So not only you don't pay for any advertising, they don't use them, but now you've got a lead on who clicked that was interested in that to give them a call. Just to
If
say
it works,
hi, hey.
if it works that way, that would be good. I don't know if you can self-program an AI into it, but I'll look into that. But if you can get the home show to send you an electronic ticket, then you've already done it, because then you can send it through your Google Tracker or BombBomb. Especially BombBomb tells you immediately when someone opens something. So, but anyway, those are some. Everybody likes something free. Try BombBomb for free. Active Pipe, you get a free subscription to it for 30 days, and if you don't like it, just end it. Engage is a really, really good CRM within the Century 21 platform. If you need help running that, just let me know. I'm in it every day. And I like it because it's just simple. Tells you what you have to do, tells you how much more you have to do. And it's all about these fingers and whatever you put into the system to remind you of what to do next. It's going to do that for you. It's flawless, and it keeps your notes simple to read, so you know how far the files are going. And what else? That's it. That's it for me. Friday the 13th. Mark your calendars. I want to see a full rooftop room there to have some fun because we deserve it after this crazy year. And Paul, one more thing in regards to interest rates. Do you have your genie hat on? What is your prediction or your fortune teller hat on?
The smart the smart prediction is prime's going to continue to drop. Everything I read is indicating that. We just had a 50 basis points drop, 1.25 off prime since June this year, which is quite substantial. Inflation's way low. If you take out inflation that the government's created themselves, meaning interest rates, we're way under the 2% target. So some are saying another 50-point drop in December. There will be a drop of some kind. Going back to your point about the US or the Canadian dollar, it's a balancing act to bring prime down because inflation's too low. But if Canadians or if the government of Canada drops interest rates faster than the US, our dollar does come down. So that's where they need to kind of weigh what their decisions are. Big news in December, the 30-year RAM is extended to all first-time home buyers, not just for new construction. So that was announced a couple of weeks ago. Lenders aren't on board yet until the 15th, so I can't get them pre-approved yet, but that might change before that date. The effect on a 30-year M for a first-time home buyer, I believe on a $500,000 mortgage, it's about $15,000 more in purchasing power as a ballpark. So there's a little bit there for clients that are trying to purchase, especially young buyers and low range to mid-range condo purchases. Of course, the CMHC threshold for first-time buyers is going up to 1.5 million. So that should help a few people. It's not going to change the market, but all of these little decisions do help. And that 1.5 does certainly help developers close some deals that aren't getting closed right now. So fixed rates probably aren't going to drop like prime does. That was priced into the market. Bond traders predict these things and the bond market changes. So they were reacting ahead of the outlook on prime. But we should see fixed rates next year in the high threes, which for 5-year money, that's pretty good historically. So I think we're in a good position here for rates going into next year.
Good. We just had our election results. Looks like the NDP got a majority, which, I'd rather have a party have a majority than not. It'll just, who knows what's going to happen. There's a lot of conversations with all parties about, the two main parties about cutting spending, which is an absolute must. And hopefully we can get this carbon tax settled down and removed. And Polyev on the Conservatives for the federal side made an announcement of no GST for new home purchases for $1 million or less, which I haven't heard of anybody poo-pooing that idea. And so, there could be some positives in here, but again, we've got an NDP government in the province of BC with a majority that just squeaked in. Let's see what happens. Let's hold them to the mat of all these campaign promises of cutting spending, making, helping with the mentally ill, get our homes built, get the red tape, get the red tape out of this construction, because from my conversations with a lot of developers and builders, that is what's holding them back from doing stuff. It's insane how much forms and tape and lack of staff and lack of people be able to do inspections and permits and even get meetings out of our municipalities, with the exception of probably Burnaby that's running tickety-boo. But anyway, those are my 2 cents. I hope you guys have a great week. If you need me, come and call me, call Doug, and come in on the Monday meetings. Tell us what happened over your week of efforts and your weekend open houses, and let's see if we can dig up some nuggets for you. Okay, I'm out. Paul, Doug, everybody, great job. Thank you, Angel. You rocked today, Angeli. Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Looked really good. Yeah, all right. We'll talk to you all next week. Happy hunting.